All right, today we're talking about how do you get an energetic dog to walk nicely with you on a loose leash. A couple of simple tips to get you started to get your dog walking on a loose leash. First off, recommended equipment for you to have. I recommend a 6-foot leash, some type of collar around your dog's neck, ideally like a martingale or a choke chain or a fur saver collar. Then you're gonna wanna start off with some food rewards. I've got my food rewards right back here and a bait bag that you can get on Amazon, all right? All this you can get on Amazon. So I've got my dog, I've got all my equipment, now I'm ready to start training. The first thing we wanna start doing is getting our dog to learn to pay attention to us. So the way we're gonna do that is, we're gonna grab a piece of food, have it in our hand ready. We're gonna say our dog's name, Minnie. When she looks at me, gives me any type of attention, I'm just gonna say good and give her a piece of food. Then I'm gonna take a couple steps, start moving, all right? Moving to a different spot, even though it's just a couple steps away. Takes her a second to eat that, Minnie. I say her name, she looks at me, give her a piece of food. Okay, so I wanna do this repetitiously, walking back and forth, because I want my dog, Minnie. Good, I want my dog to learn that paying attention to me feels good, and we do that through our food rewards. Minnie. Good. Yes, we are gonna be using lots of food rewards at the beginning of our training, but as our training proceeds and progresses, we're gonna slowly stop using as many food rewards. All right, so once we come out to one of our areas and we have our dog just sitting here ready to look at us, ready to pay attention to us, now we're gonna start moving with our leash. What you're gonna do to start this off, you're gonna have a piece of food in your hand, show it to your dog's nose, you're gonna start walking, taking a couple steps, keep the food right about your dog's shoulder level as you go, and then as you walk, say good, let them have the piece of food. You don't need to go very far at first. We just want our dog to get the concept of walking next to us and keeping that leash loose. So again, we have a piece of food in our hand. We start walking, we keep that food about our dog's shoulder level. And then after a couple paces, we say good, we let them have the food. What this is doing is it's getting our dog used to the habit of walking next to us. That way they start seeing that as a good place to be at, and they're getting used to the leash not being tight at all. So all I do right here, again, dog shoulder level, walk a couple paces, say good, let them have the food. Now I can keep walking now. And now what I want to do is start building up reinforcement of being next to me. Good. Notice she kind of walks off a little bit. That's no big deal. All I do right here, I can say her name, Minnie. Good. I back up a little bit to encourage her to move toward me. And then I walk forward once she's next to me where I have that food lure at, okay? Again, this is all foundational. I'm just building up her behavior of walking next to me with a loose leash, okay? This doesn't have to be very complicated, but the main thing is you wanna take your time, okay? What you wanna start doing once they get really good, start reducing the amount of food that you're using, okay? Notice she's kinda going ahead of me a little bit. I can turn right here like so. Let that leash kinda get her used to coming back to me right here. Notice she's kinda wide. Good. She slows down, she gives me that eye contact. I can reward her. I'm very deliberate about trying to keep that leash as loose as possible through this whole process. Good, okay? Once we get more repetitions of this and she's really good about staying right here, then we're going to start reducing our food. We're gonna start adding in a leash correction. Okay, so notice she walks ahead of me just like that. I just turn, use the leash to my advantage to bring her right back here to my left side. Let's say I was walking on a sidewalk, I could just turn again, go back the way I was going. Good. And if you want your dog to ride on your walk on your right side, you're just gonna swap everything I'm doing over to your right side, okay? So like those turns we talked about, we want our dogs used to that. But as we start to reduce our food rewards, if they're struggling to stay in position, we're just gonna use a little leash correction, all right? We just say no, we tug the leash, they stay right here, we say good, we reward them. So let me see if I can get a little example of that going for you guys. She's picking this up pretty quick. So right here, nope, good. Notice that little tug on the leash. We're still rewarding as we give corrections because we want her to understand the correction, right? She gets corrected, she moves back right here. Again, this is something that she's learning. We say good, we reward her right here after the correction. She's learning the correction is not that big of a deal. It's just checking her to come right back into position. We don't want it to be very stressful for her or anything. Okay, we want her staying right here with us. She starts going ahead. No. Good, say no, give a little correction. She comes right back. I say good, I reward her. Again, as time goes on, I'm going to be reducing my rewards, so I'm not rewarding her this much her whole life. I'm only rewarding her this much for a couple days just to get this going. And then once we're good to go with this, we'll start reducing the rewards. We'll only reward her randomly. Don't forget, your dog will only do what you allow it to do, what you allow it to practice. So if you allow your dog to practice pulling on a leash, that's what it's gonna do. So keep that in mind. Let us know in the comments below what you guys think. We'll see you next time.